What you're about to see is a 12-minute podcast. In a world of 2-hour podcasts and ads for Blue Chew, a man named Eric Trundy says, 12 minutes is good. Is 12 minutes enough time for our guests to get into their political beliefs? Why don't you find out with us on Never Been Happier, the 12-minute podcast.
All right, dude. This is the 12-minute podcast. I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. You can answer whichever ones you like. If you don't want to answer any, just tell me to go fuck myself, and it'll be fine. No worries, all right? What's a sound that you really love? Like, you hear that sound, you're like, oh, that's fucking, hell yeah.
Like a basketball hitting, like a indoor
Like
court.
a dribble?
Yeah, I just like that sound.
Did you play basketball?
Nope.
No.
I'm so bad at sports.
What?
Maybe it just reminds me of what I could have been.
I mean, it's just like the rhythm. Is it people playing basketball or just somebody
Yeah,
dribbling?
like the sound of it going back and forth. It's just something nice.
I love
this.
sneaker screeching,
Yeah,
too.
I like that combined with the basketball is a really cool.
Yeah, but I don't want to be dribbling the basketball or running in the sneakers. Yeah,
I think I used to go sit and watch them play, and I like that sound.
Have you ever been to the local D League basketball?
No.
It's fun, dude. So the Charlotte Hornets basketball affiliate is here in Greensboro.
Mm-hmm.
You can get tickets for like $5 sit courtside. It's pretty great.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Was that like the Swarm or whatever?
Yeah.
That's
pretty
cool.
How old are you?
24.
24. Yesterday. Happy birthday,
thanks,
dude.
man.
How's that going? The 24.
It's pretty good. Feels about the same.
Yeah, it's like still 24. Like what do you think?
I think I don't know anything. I'm like last year I was like, oh, I'm pretty smart, and now I feel like I'm an idiot.
So the 1 year changed a lot of it?
Yeah.
How come? Have you been humbled?
Yeah, a couple times. Yeah, I think everything like just reality is setting in a lot more. My body's starting to fail me because I eat fucking Taco Bell every day. I just moved in with my girlfriend. So it's just a bunch of stuff that makes me feel like life's really happening. And I was like, oh, this is going to be fine. I know how this is going to go. And everything.
Because when you're a kid, life is just like kind of a thing. But then as you get a little bit older, you start to realize that life is actually happening. Yeah. And now there are consequences. Because right now, you're paying the consequences for like your teenage years. So it is interesting when consequences set in because they set in at different ages.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, like I grew up, like I had a decent childhood, you know?
Yeah.
And then, so I thought when I was in middle school and I was like in high school and I was super depressed and I was like, oh, this is just like what growing up is. And now I'm getting to the point where I'm old enough where I realize, oh, I just am like this.
So you're depressed in high school?
Yeah, real bad in high school. Better now than it was. But
better now than it was?
Yeah.
Do you have, what's a really good memory from high school that you have? Do you have any are there any good ones?
Yeah, I was in a band in high school with my friends, and like when you like do something like that really young, like we went on tour when we were like 17.
No shit.
And doing that really young is like that like.
So people got to see you do it and be like, oh, you're actually doing it. Yeah. You're not just trying to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And it felt like even though nobody gives a fuck, it's like I know I'm doing something.
Does that confidence translate to anything today?
I think it gives me the reality that I can do whatever I want, really, but it also kind of deters me sometimes because I know how unfulfilling it actually is. Yeah. Because like once you're out there, you're like, oh, I'm just in a different state living the same way. But it's also like the first couple times it happened, it was awesome.
Right.
So I think it's just keeping like the positivity of it in your own head rather than being like, I just have a tendency to be like, oh, this sucks. Everything.
Is there anything that is fulfilling for you? What are the fulfilling things in your life?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think I have a pretty good relationship. That is nice.
It's not easy.
It's not easy, but it's not too hard. I mean, I'm 24. We're not doing anything crazy. We don't have kids or anything, you know. But that I think being able to do that well is nice, and knowing that another person can like count on you. That's like
it's pretty fucking dope. Dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't get there till like legitimately 3 weeks ago. So,
granted, we've had 0 trials or tribulations, so we've been all right.
No, it's fucking good, dude. So being in the band in high school is something good. Yeah. What was the tough part about high school? If you don't mind telling me about. Tell me about high school and a little bit about the depression and maybe like where it came from and what you did with it?
I think I'm just like a socially awkward person. Definitely was then. So I didn't know how to like talk to women.
Yeah.
And
or people at all in general.
And I grew up. I mean, I was born in 2000, so I had the internet the whole time. So all I did was play video games. I didn't leave my house in middle school.
Right.
So then by the time you get in high school, you're like, oh, like.
When did you realize that was a problem? Like, was there a day?
I don't know if it was a day specifically, but then when you're like, oh, I want to like go out and do stuff, and you're like, oh, I don't know. Oh, actually, I do remember the day, because my best friend was like a year older than me, and he knew how to talk to girls. He was like cool with it. Okay. So like one time, we were playing video games, and he was like, oh, I'm going, and this is like kind of his first real relationship too, and he was like, oh, me and this girl are going to the movies on a date.
Nice.
Do you want to come? And I was like, yeah, I want to go outside. Yeah. And then I just sat next to them while they like made out in the movie theater. And it was, what was that Kevin Hart and Ice Cube movie where he was a cop?
Oh, I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
Drive Along.
Drive Along. Yeah. Ride Along. Yeah. Yeah. And then I've never felt like more of a fucking loser.
What was so were you in high school then?
I think I was in 8th grade and he was in 9th grade.
And so you start to have like a little bit of a panic?
Yeah. Like at the time it's like one of those things where you don't even know how it feels, where you're just kind of like hovering over your body being like, why did I should have known this was going to happen. Yeah. And then you're sitting there, you're like, wait, what? First of all, what's wrong with him that he asked me to do this?
Right.
Second of all, how lame am I that I said yes, knowing this is what was going to happen and that there's no good outcome?
Yeah.
Best case scenario, I watch a Kevin Hart and Ice Cube movie. That's best case
scenario. So when did you start... when did you put yourself in position to start talking to girls?
Really, I did not have a girlfriend. I did not have sex in high school.
Okay.
So first time is the girl I'm with now.
Okay.
Because I was 19.
Got you.
And it was the first time I really realized, like, oh, I just have to do this. Like, I have to put myself fully out there and like, well, she...
With her or in general?
With her. Well, I kind of just in general, like, I had left high school and I was like, oh, like I need to be a little bit more confident, you know?
Yeah.
And then she was the first person that I was like, I'm going to just do this.
How do you work on your confidence?
I think just doing things that make you uncomfortable. Doing things I know I'm going to hate, but will probably help.
What?
Like now it's stuff like, I don't know, like, I mean, going to do stand-up every night. Yeah. Knowing, like, there are nights I fucking don't want to go.
This could hurt.
Yeah, but just knowing I'm going to go do it even though, like, I don't have anything and I'm just going to ramble and suck. Yeah. It's like, at least I made myself go do something.
Yeah.
And then with her, it was the first time I'd ever, like, actually gone up to a girl and be like, hey, like, I really like you. Like, I want this to happen. Yeah. And, like, been like, it's all good if you don't want to do this, but, like, this is the only way, like, we're going to be friends.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
yeah.
And the first time I'd ever, like... What?
So you want to go see the new Kevin Hart?
Yeah. But that was the only time I had ever been like, hey, like, I don't want to just be friends. Because I'm a good friend for a lady.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm positive. I
love this.
Yeah. I do a lot of finger guns. Yeah. Got a lot of friend zone finger guns. But it was the first time I was like, hey, I don't really want to be friends. Like, you're nice. I like you. But I really like you. I don't want to be friends.
What do you, like, could you picture 8th or 9th grade you... How would 8th or 9th grade you feel about like your life right now?
Probably pretty good.
It'd be pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
You're doing stand up.
Yeah.
You got a girl.
Yeah.
She's got boobies, I think.
Oh yeah.
Everything's great.
2 of them.
No, it's pretty fantastic though to think that you come from a situation where you're so socially awkward.
Yeah.
All of the depression stuff. Where are you with the depression now? Mental health. In general,
a lot better than I was. I think I'm just getting to an age where I'm kind of realizing, like, everybody kind of feels that way to some extent, and that it doesn't just go away because everything's going good. Right. That's the thing. I was just like, if I just like can talk to women and like have a girlfriend and be like happy on that, then everything else will be fine. Yeah. But I'm still a loser. I still don't like a lot of stuff about myself. So it's just finally realizing that like that's not what's gonna fix stuff, and that's a weird realization to go through.
Getting to the point of realizing that there's a lot of stuff you don't like about yourself.
Yeah.
Where does that come from, and how do you deal with that when those thoughts pop up and it's like I don't like this thing about me? How do you handle that?
Just kind of.
And where does that come from? Is that your voice? Is that something else?
I think it's me. I think because my parents are really nice. Everybody's cool. It's just something's going on. Yeah. And my dad's a super like anxious person too, so I think that's just in there. Yeah. And I'm super anxious. Yeah. And I'm kind of also just realizing that I'm anxious.
Oh, really?
I like didn't really realize how anxious I was, and then I was like, oh, I'm just tense all the time. Yeah.
You ever been with yourself and be like, put the shoulders down?
Yeah. I realized like
it's been 5 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. I realized my like jaws sawn in half because I just grind my teeth all the time. So just All
right. So last question. Go fuck yourself. Last question. Do you love yourself?
I think so. Overall, I think so. Yeah.
Overall, you think so?
Yeah, more than some people.
More than some people love you, or more than some people love themselves?
Both, yeah. Definitely more than some people love me.
Did you always have that relationship? Was it hard?
Yeah, I think it was harder before, but I think now at least like knowing I do have the capacity to be like loved by other people, it makes it easier for me to understand. And even though there's a lot of stuff I don't like, I like have so much more confidence in who I am now than I used to. And stand-up helps a lot with that.
That's it, dude. We ended it.
Hell yeah. Go fuck yourself, dude. Ooh, see, that's so nice. And when you like at the beginning of a movie and it's New York City and there's like jazz playing behind it, there's no better sound than that.
Yeah. You're right.
So nice.
Appreciate you, dude.
Yeah, man. Thanks.